So a couple of years ago, I was paying $1,500 to insure my home. Now, 2 years later, $2,000.
Wow.
Right? So on average,
Yeah, it's a 19%
a
increase.
19% increase on average to insure your home. Where's that in the CPI? I thought CPI was 3%, Ryan.
Yeah, that's nuts.
19%. But do you know what they do? They adjust it, right? It's called hedonic adjustment. And I'm going to get into that in a second. What they do is they say, yes, you're paying more. You're now paying $2,000 instead of $1,500. However, it now costs $400,000 to rebuild your house instead of $300,000 because the costs of goods have gone up. Therefore, you're actually getting more value for that.
Right.
That is a decrease in inflation. CPI just went down. Does that make sense? Logically, does that make any goddamn sense?
No, like it doesn't. That logically doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make any sense. Why CPI, why our measurement stick of inflation would be down on those numbers.
Next, they're going to put the cost of my Whoop up. You know, and
I tell you, if they do that, I'll be throwing it at the window.
Hedonic adaptation.
Yeah. So hedonic means the feeling of pleasure.
Yeah.
Hedonic adaptation is, you might have heard of the hedonic treadmill.
Yep.
So hedonic adaptation is when you return to a baseline state of happiness. You win the lottery and then you see the guy on the news 5 years later. He's either broke or he's miserable or he's like just doing something else.
Or you've never heard of him again since.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Or, you lose a limb, you become permanently disabled, or you lose a loved one, but you keep chugging on. You lose a loved one, and then a year later, like you're still okay. You survive because we return to that state of homeostasis, which is like just the flatline baseline level of happiness.
But gone. This is okay.
It's the same thing about talking about when you buy the new car and you get this big rush of dopamine and feeling good, and then you return to the baseline state.
6 weeks later, it's just a car.
It's just a car.
Yeah.
But hedonic adjustment that's when they say you're getting like the Apple iPhone is $1,000 1 year. The next year it's $1,200. However, that's not 20% CPI inflation, Ryan. No way.
No.
You got a better camera. You got better software. It's a quicker interface.
You get to say you have the new iPhone.
And we got new colors. Like all the technology's increased 25%. You got more value for that $1,200 thing. Therefore, inflation is down on that metric.
Wow.
Does that make any goddamn sense, Ryan?
No.
That's what you're competing with.
You know what? It does make sense when you talk about, these are people within government that are trying to hold their position. They want numbers to look good. Humans were easily persuaded by numbers. If we see a 2% sign, we're like, oh, that's okay. If all of a sudden they say house insurance is up 19%, we go, that's really not good. Like, why?
And that will flash across the screen, but then it's all right because it didn't contribute to CPI, and CPI is still only 2.1%, so we're okay. We're in that perfect zone that they want us to be. Who'd have thunk that we'd be in the perfect zone where they wanted us to be so that they could lower interest rates or raise interest rates, because those are the numbers they're using to determine what the interest rate will be. And CPI does not include the cost of a house and the cost of your interest repayments.
Surely government is aware of this though. And I can't imagine that government actually wants this.
Wants what?
The increase in the cost of living and the stress amongst like per capita. Like surely the government doesn't actually want that.
I feel like you trust the government too much.
No, it's not that I trust the government, because it's like, it's all smoke and mirrors a lot.
They want a good economy, don't they? While they're in power, they want people to be happy.
Like surely you want the humans to be flourishing, because if it was a conversation I think we had last week, if more Australians are producing more income, then that's more money coming into the country, which is benefiting everyone.
How do you get more? Inflation. They don't. Right. It's not that they want. They don't. It's not that they don't not want it. It's just they've lost control of it.
Right.
They don't have control of it.
So
they're manipulating these statistics to make you feel good.
Yeah.
Because if they showed you the true inflation rate, that house prices have gone 39% in 4 years, what does that do to a generation of you?
No one's buying houses.
Not only that, Like, fuck going to work.
Yeah.
What's the point?
Mm.
I'm only going to work 3 days a week and I'm just going to be a lifestyle hippie
Yeah.
because
Ha!
I'm stuffed.
I resonate with that. I resonate with that from different points in my life. Yes.
But like technology is deflationary by nature. You've heard of Moore's law?
No.